Over the past several days, 3 females have been found dead.
Looks like someone's going after these girls.
Then they have to know to watch their backs.
Streaming March 13th.
You really want what happened to this woman that happened to you?
Exactly why I need to keep going on this.
Starring Emmy Award winner Amanda Seyfried.
I'm worried about what you're gonna find.
So am I.
Long Bright River. A limited series. Streaming March 13th. Only on Peacock.
As a parent or mentor, you have the awesome opportunity to help a young person build a future. So if the future they want is in the military, take the time to learn more at todaysmilitary.com, because their success tomorrow begins with your support today.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car right in your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's tax season, and we're all a bit tired of numbers. But here's one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Everyone joining us on the Know It Alls channel. We're here for an episode of That's Rather Cavalier. This particular show is a Central Division Showdown. I'm your boy Tate, here with some of the other NBA FFSN family from the Bleachers and Speakers podcast, covering the Detroit Pistons. I got my homies B. Foss and June in the building. From the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fans podcast channel, representing the Chicago Bulls here tonight with us, the homie, the homie Pay in the building. We'll get back here and talk about all the NBA news since we last talked last Monday, especially the Central Division, but we can touch all over the NBA. I'm just going to play the intro real quick, and we're going to come back and get right to it. And we're back on the Know It Alls podcast for episode of the That's Rather Cavalier podcast with the Bleachers to Speakers crew and the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan homie Pay in the building. Pay, what's good, man?
What's up, everybody? Great Monday. The sun's still up and it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I'm not here, but I'm on the east of East Coast.
Right.
But yeah. All right, the homies up in the D, the 313, the homies June and Foss in the building, representing that hot team in the Eastern Conference. They could potentially move up to a home court playoff advantage. The homies Foss and June. What's good, fellas?
What's good, man? Let me get something straight because it could be kind of confusing. Bleachers and Speakers is where you can find us. Bleachers and Speakers is the YouTube channel. Bleachers and Speakers YouTube channel was named after the Detroit Lions show. But when we cover the Pistons, it's post-game podcast. For anybody that's watching and you're looking for Pistons, Detroit Pistons stuff, you can find us on Bleachers and Speakers YouTube, but the show is called Post Game Podcast. What up, though, Tate?
I'm good, man. That is a correction. Yeah, I'm my bad. I get confused. I remember Pay, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Pay. Y'all, the basketball thing was the Chicago Tri-City Bulletin Board, right? Is it still that for you?
The initial iteration of our basketball podcast was Chi City Bulletin Board.
Let's see,
No, that is gone now.
That is gone.
Yeah, we're just a small channel. See, it's only 3 of us, me, Foster, and Coach. We don't have CEO capabilities like Pay does. We're working on it though. So
Get your weight up.
Get your weight up.
Sure.
That's how you flex.
That's a flex like no other.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to be back in the building with you fellas. It's been a week, man. I mean, what I have on the itinerary today is we talk about all of our teams, obviously the Bulls, the Pistons, and the Cavaliers. We'll talk about these new young guns in the Central Division, man. They're starting to really shine, man. I mean, they've been good players, but they starting to become some dogs. You know what I mean? And then I want to ask everybody who's their franchise's best all-time franchise player. One player. One opinion from each of you. Of all time.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about the new guys now, right? I mean, the new guys, and you can say the best player right now. We can make it a discussion. But then I want to just have some open dialogue, talk about the NBA in general. I mean, Pay's usually pretty good at that, at taking the train off the track. So I'll defer to him when it's time to get the train off the track. But yeah, so fellas, man, what's been good since last week with your team? Pay, y'all holding on to that 10th spot, man. I don't think y'all gonna give it away. Y'all like 3.5 games up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly 3.5 up. The Bulls are. Listen, Bulls fans, see red, Block Club, Bulls Boulevard, whatever you go by, however you associate, get ready. Just understand that this postseason appearance that you didn't want is going to happen. Other teams are just better than you, and they're better at being bad than you are, which is really should be a coming to Damascus moment for a lot of Bulls fans. Can't be good, can't even be bad, right? So, yeah, because they have a 3.5 game lead on the Philadelphia Sixers right now. The Nets are still being the Nets. The Bulls, I think I saw a stat. Since the Zach LaVine trade, the Bulls are undefeated against teams under 500 and are winless against teams over 500 in the East. I think that's only a stat that's concerning the East.
Okay. Y'all want to shout out to homie Bruh Man from the 5th floor. What's up, Bruh Man? Thanks for rocking with us this evening, man. Go ahead and get some of this NBA knowledge. Okay. So Pay. So you say they not good at being bad.
No, they're extremely good at being irritating. They're not good at being bad, as you saw. Like the one time the Bulls did win the draft, well, not the draft, but the lottery, when they selected Derrick Rose. The Bulls are actually a 500 team that year. They just happened to, the frozen what is it called? The frozen letter again. That seemed to happen to go in the Bulls' direction that time. They ended up getting Derrick Rose, and ever since then, every time they try to tank and build the team up, get a homegrown superstar, they end up with a number 7 pick. This year, the plan was to poop for Coop or get Bronny or get Ron Harper's son. Where are the Bulls at? They're going to end up in the play-in and play the Atlanta Magic again, or the Miami Heat again, or the Atlanta Hawks again. Probably lose the first game. Go to the lottery, get the number 7 pick again, and be right back in the same situation again in 2026.
Okay, I mean, so yeah, I guess if you're gonna be in the lottery, you want to have the most the highest odds in your favor to try and get the number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you make the playoffs, you're not even in the lottery, are you? or the 4 teams that lose the play-in, they are in the lottery.
Yeah, you're gonna lose the play-in.
Okay, so they still gonna have a chance. No, you think they're gonna win a play-in?
They might mess around and just win the play-in and get swept out of the first round.
And that would be messed up.
It would
So
only
you
be
still-
right. Only right.
You're right. It'd be false, but for pay's sake, it'd be best if they just lose the play-in, right? Because they're gonna get in the play-in.
The best thing for the Bulls is to not make the play-in at
Right.
all. But the Bulls are going to mess around, and they could be the 8th seed before the regular season ends, and then host a play-in game, which will give them 2 cracks at making the playoffs.
Right.
Is that how it goes? I thought. Correct me if I'm wrong, False. I thought 7 play 8, and they only got to win once. If you lose 7, they get.
I think it's 8 versus the lowest seed. No. 7 versus the lowest seed.
7 versus 8. No, 7 versus 8. Listen,
8.
Whoever win that game, they advance. The AC get a chance to win. They can play 2 games.
Right.
So you say the Bulls might be 8 or 7 to host, and if they 8 and they lose, they host. That's what you're saying.
Right. So the 7 and 8 play each other. The loser will play the winner of the 9-10 game.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy.
Still haven't learned all that stuff.
Yeah.
They could host a game, or they could just go ahead and win on the road to get over and take the 7 seed and go up a level higher.
The Bulls are still talented though. Giddy is playing really well.
He almost had a triple-double the other night. Was that the same game that Pay's UNC boy Kobe Cheese White scored 44 career high?
That was the game in which the Bulls. Kobe got his 3rd poster of the season. That was a game against the Bulls.
I saw it over who? Over who? I saw that.
That was over the Duke boy, Banchero.
Wow,
that's right, over Banchero. Wow. Yeah, you like that one, yeah.
It made it all the while. The 3rd poster of the season. They beat, like I said, they beat Orlando again. They're beating teams. They're beating the teams they should be losing to, so they can move. So those teams can get the Bulls out the way. But that's fine. My boy Kobe had 40. Got a 40 piece, which opens up a very interesting dilemma for the offseason for the Bulls. But we'll get into that. I don't know about Giddey, man. I don't know. Man, you talked about Giddey. Giddey, he did put up a triple-double. He's been his last 10 games. His stats are crazy, but I don't know. I don't know if he's a guy. I don't know if he's a dude, or is he just a stat stuffer? I don't know yet. Still looking. But he's gonna get paid like a dude, though.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid.
Yeah, but a 3rd dude, though, right? I mean, everybody got to pay a 3rd dude. It ain't the dude,
That's true. He's gonna be I don't know if he's a dude. A dude to me is a 1 or 2 guy. The 3rd is just a glorified role player. And,
yeah, but a high paid role player. The 3rd guy, like Giddey, in my opinion, is the connector, the glue. He's that 3rd. He can do a little bit of everything. He's a utility knife.
That's
you got your whole toolbox and your top 2 guys, right? And then then you pull out your utility knife. That's Giddey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I like it. He just all he need to do is work on his jump shot. That's it.
Well, he get a J. He get a J. He's a dude.
Right. There you go. So, hey, when we talk about Cleveland, I'll talk about it, but Evan Mobley took him time, but he developed an outside shot where he's a threat. That's all Giddey got to do. Because he can drive on the closeout and assist.
Mm-hmm.
Or catch a body. He just got to leave him little.
Is he catching bodies?
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
Man, he's 6'9", right? He can catch a body, whether he catches him or not yet.
Some young bodies.
6 is right.
Hey.
Here's some minor ones.
Just the minor ones.
Giddey the kid.
Giddey the kitty. That's 2 D's. That's not KIT.
R Giddey.
Yeah.
R Giddey.
R Giddey. Chicago.
Wow.
Stay away from Kenwood, Giddey.
All right.
Well, yeah, man. So all that's interesting, though, man. But we get back to the Bulls. We get back to the overall discussion about the Central. B False in June, man. I mean, the Pistons. What have they been doing? What's going right? What they need to tweak before they try and make this true playoff push and try and up their seeding? Because I think it's pretty close in there between like 6, 5, and 4. Like what? Like a game and a half, 2 at the most between those 3 teams.
I think we all got the same amount of wins, but we played more games, so we have more losses. We have 2 more losses than Milwaukee and Indiana, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're a half a game out of the 5th spot and 1 full game out of the 4th. I want to say Milwaukee is the one that has the full game on us, but we all stacked up right now.
And Milwaukee is 4 then.
Yeah, yes. I believe so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
as I said, Detroit is playing pretty good, and some of the Sixer players were traded there and are doing well.
Yeah, Paul Reed doesn't play as much as he probably should, or there's just kind of a numbers game right there. But he's been in short, in his short stints. And Tobias Harris, he has been. I mean, Cade is Cade. Can't go. He's the straw that stirs the drink. He's the one that opens, closes, and everything in between. But Tobias has been playing with a different level of confidence right now. And we missed him. He missed the first 2 games of the West Coast trip. He was out. We played the Jazz and blew them out. That wasn't really, there's nothing really to speak about the Jazz game. We destroyed them, but we did not have him against the LA Clippers. And speaking on Tobias Harris, and the impact was 100% felt. But ultimately, we were able to split on the West Coast. The 2 games that we thought would be the toughest one, the Golden State Warriors and the LA Clippers, we lost those games, but we were able to beat the Jazz and the Portland Trail Blazers. Skinned it out against the Portland Trail Blazers. A little too close for my liking, but my biggest thing is, one, our bench is we're getting outplayed as far as the bench is concerned. Malik Beasley is an extension of our starting lineup, so I really don't even count his production. The only person off the bench that I'm really seeing that's consistent is Schroeder. I don't have too many gripes about him. He's done a good job of stabilizing the second unit and creating and playing a lot with the starters as well. But my biggest concern is our outside shoot. Well, our outside shooting, we flirted with the low 30%, even, and 21% against the LA Clippers is from the 3-point line. But also Cade's turnovers. They've been really attacking and blitzing him, and he's been coughing the ball up. He had 5 turnovers against the Clippers, which is not so bad. 8 turnovers against the Blazers and 9 versus the Golden State Warriors. Spooky.
Who would have thought Tobias?
That's what I was going to say. Has anybody ever said we missed Tobias Harris? Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, who would have thought Tobias would have been a central player, a linchpin in a winning team? I know the Sixers are punching air right now. I know. I tell you one thing: Jimmy Butler never thought that would happen.
Yeah. One thing I will say is when Tobias is playing well, we're a different team. We are a different team. He's that when you need a bucket, he gets it. And when he gets it and he's in that game and he's making those buckets when we really need a bucket, the Pistons are a different team. So,
and you want to talk about that glue? When you talk about glue guys, like
that's why I put the 3 up. I was y'all 3 guys.
Another guy that me and June have kind of gone back and forth as far as deciding like, do we want to, where's the direction of it going? But Jalen Duren has kind of stepped up and really asserted himself as a dominant threat down low. Still not the best rim protector, but he's just been asserting himself down there. He's getting steals. He's attacking the basket. Him and Cade are connecting on numerous alley-oops. And Duren is an underrated passer. I don't think people realize how good of a of a passer Jalen Duren is.
And for the record, that was you down there.
That was me. Yes, I take that back. It was mostly me that had my doubts. I still don't like the fact that he's just a freakish athlete at 6'10" and
can't block a shot to save his life.
Can't block a guard to save his life. It's really kind of odd. I don't know what it is about that, but yeah, I'm impressed. He's, I said it yesterday. He's gonna get paid. When it's time to get paid, he's gonna make some money because physically he is superior to pretty much everybody that stands in front of him. It's just a matter of how aggressive he wants to be and how much he wants to expand his game. Because don't let that guy get a mid-range jumper. If he comes back with a mid-range jumper, he is going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Duren coming out of Memphis. You know what I mean? I see the potential. I get everything you're saying about how he came into the league and how he's been, but I saw the potential and thought that he could be good, and he's maybe started to turn the corner. And
he's still only 21, so I mean
that part.
He's young.
And JB gonna give you opportunity. If you want his best 8 or 9, JB like baby Tibbs. You gonna get ticked. You gonna get burned.
Yeah,
So yeah, he get an opportunity from my perspective. But June, anything else, man? What's you guys' record been since last Monday? I didn't tell y'all to know that it's easy for me, but go ahead.
Oh my
2-2. We keep track. 2-2 for us. We had a 4-game West Coast trip, and it wound up being 2-2. I think 3 of those 4 games were very, very competitive. We blew out the Jazz, like Foster said. Had a close game with the Clippers and a close game with the Warriors. And last night was a lot closer than to be desired. There were a couple of times we were up 18 points, but it got kind of close in the fourth quarter. So, but we won. So went 2-2.
Okay. Hey, B. Falls, that you mentioned Portland. Y'all had a tough game with.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs did also. I mean, Donovan Mitchell didn't play that game, but still tougher than I was expecting. But Portland got a pretty good young team, man.
It's the Moyens, man.
Young team Portland, for me. Why ends from June? Okay, I got it.
Portland since I want to say prior to the All-Star. I want to say about let's say New Year's. I want around that time. I think they had like a top 5 record.
Yeah, they went on a nice little run. I mean,
that's a nice run.
That's a talented group. They got not Bobby Klintman, Klingon, that
Klingon,
center,
center,
Simon.
My boy Kamara. I think he's one of the best
defensive. Yeah.
He's now you talk about a Swiss Army knife, a utility piece.
Yeah,
Kamara, he can play 4 positions.
Yeah, where he come from? I seen him play close. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, I don't know where he came from.
Didn't even pay attention to him. And then they still got
Sharp. Oh, Grant. Yeah, Grant and Simon's
Shaden Sharp. Yeah, Shaden Sharp too. Shaden
Sharp is super athletic.
Shaden Sharp is not to be confused with R. Giddy. Because he do catch bodies.
Yeah, but you know who caught a body? Who you said Kamara. Kamara put Stewart in the ring yesterday.
Wow. Yeah,
I said, "Oh my God!"
And Stewart gets a lot of blocks at the rim.
Yeah, 5. He makes a ton of blocks at the rim. But that one he definitely caught him. But he had 5 in the game, so he did his part for sure.
Right. Okay. Pistons. I'm rooting for the Pistons, man, because I'm from Northwest Ohio, so I'm not a Pistons fan. I was down with them when they was the Bad Boys. Grant Hill was one of my favorite players because he went to Duke. And me and Grant Hill probably about the same age, but I rooted for Grant, not Duke, but Grant Hill. But
I'm still mad at Grant Hill.
For getting hurt, for leaving,
and leaving.
Okay, yeah. No,
wouldn't the Magic fans be more mad about that?
Hey,
yeah, because we came up off that.
Hey, we all grieve differently.
He got hurt in Orlando, though, right? So
No,
he got hurt.
He got hurt. Then he had surgery. Then he
Playoff.
left as a free agent.
It was a playoff game. He got
Nah,
hurt in a playoff game.
I think we got Ben Wallace and Chucky Atkins or something for him, something like that.
Yeah, we did.
That's not enough for Grant Hill. I'm sorry.
Ben Wallace?
Ben Wallace was out. Not at that point. But
But it turned out pretty good though.
Yeah. No, at the time it looked crazy. I'm like, who is?
It looked really crazy.
I think Ben Wallace came out of a JUCO to start but yeah. So it looked crazy, but
it looked really bad.
We got a ring out of that. Does Grant Hill have a ring?
No, Grant Hill does not have any ring other than the one he put on Tamia's finger, which I'm still mad about.
Wait, whoa.
We all grieve in our own separate ways, Joe.
Fair enough.
Okay, so was I gonna say something we just was talking about sparked something else, but maybe it'll come back to me. At the very least, right now, we'll go ahead and take our first break, fellas, and we will come back and we'll talk about the Cavs real quick and then get into our off the tracks, led by the homie Pay, aka Tommy. So if you're watching on YouTube, you know how it go. We're not going anywhere. It's a know-it-all channel. You have to take a pause, play a few ads. I'm gonna put it out there already and burn myself. Have to hear a few words from our partners and advertisers, pay a few bills, and we'll be right back after this. Just stay with us. And we're back on the That's Rather Cavalier, the Detroit Pistons post-game podcast, and the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fans Chicago Bull podcast. All of us are collectively doing the Central Division Showdown, and we're back from break. We're about to shift gears. I'm going to talk about the Cavaliers for a quick minute because, this is the fourth Monday in a row I'm coming reporting no loss. So I'm not sure how many games we play. I just know we haven't lost in the last 14.
Oh boy, that winner circle talk is just something else.
Yeah, it can be annoying. This was my first year in a long time being able to do it, man. I mean, I wasn't really talking like the homie G. And shout out to the homie G, who just an hour or so ago, the Level Up College Football podcast was running on here. Him and the homie Andy P was talking college football, talking transfers and NIL deals and everything to go into college football, and really talking about what may be the end of the college football spring games, man. I mean,
really?
I mean, a lot of teams are pause. A lot of teams are stopping their intense spring practices and scrimmages. But probably because teams, if you're a good team, play like a playoff team, you playing longer than it used to be, right? So I don't know. But yeah, back to the Cavaliers, man, real quick. They tried to do the Pistons and the Bulls a favor last night. We took care of Milwaukee, the Bucks pretty handily. And after last night, I mean, I think the Bucks are a good team. I think the Bucks can compete with where they at, that 4, 5, 6 range. 3, 4, 5. Like they can beat the Knicks. They can beat the Pistons. Not that they would, but they can. But I don't think they got no work for the Celtics and the Cavs at all. You know what I mean? Because the matchups just didn't look good to me, man. I mean, you got two bigs plus a Dean Wade and somebody to throw at Giannis. Giannis had the game. I mean, don't get it twisted. But you kind of make him force him to beat you, make him do everything, and cut off the water everywhere else, and then that becomes a difficult challenge. So the Cavs won by 12 last night. They're 14th in a row. That's 3 win streaks this year over 12 games. They had a 12-game win streak, a 14-game win streak they're currently on. And I think we get Brooklyn or somebody tomorrow. I'll know when we talk about what's coming for the week. And Yeah, and a 15-game win streak. The first team to have 3 such win streaks since the 1986 Larry Bird led championship winning, Larry Bird MVP winning Boston Celtics.
A lot of people
So,
say that's the greatest team ever.
Yeah, but we know why they say that. I mean, it was a great team, though, but the greatest ever. I mean, at that time, maybe. I mean, the Lakers came back and beat them a couple times in a row after that. I think the Lakers beat them a year or two before that.
Yeah,
that's back when
the Celtics never. They don't. I don't think they ever repeated. Yeah, in fact, no, I don't think that it wasn't the Lakers that won it before. I think it was the Rockets, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, with Ralph Sampson and Akeem.
Right.
I think you're right. Yeah.
No,
but no, that Celtics team, they averaged like 130 a game, and they was what 40-1 at the crib. I mean, it was
40-1 at home. Yep.
Wait, hold on. Did you say that they beat the Rockets? I mean, the Rockets beat them?
No,
the Rockets.
They did not.
They did not. They did. That was in the 90s. The Rockets won.
The Rockets won later on. They did not.
Ralph Sampson
the Rockets made the finals, and
they beat them up on the court. There was a fight, and Elijah Wan kind of put BTA to a couple people, but not the series though.
So I think it was the Lakers then. I mean, because they went about 3-4 years, whereas them and they were trading off victories.
Yeah,
like that's back when the whole beat LA thing became popular, and they say the Celtics turned down the AC in the Garden and make it a sauna to create their home court advantage even stronger and stuff. So
it might have been something like this: Boston won, then Philly won, then LA won, and then Boston won, and then LA won. It was something like that.
Well, I know Philly won in '83.
LA won just starting off when Magic and Bird came in the league together, right?
Right.
So LA won that first year.
Yes.
Then Boston won.
But they won the first year and beat Philly, though. They beat Philly.
Right. Then Philly won after that first Boston team.
Yes. They didn't win back to backs.
Right.
Philly won in '83. I know that.
Yes.
Right. I know LA won 3 times before '86 to bring it back home. They won 3 times before '86. Then they had their back to back. And then Detroit had their back to back.
The Lakers 3-peat.
No.
They didn't?
No. Pat Riley coined it because he thought it was going to happen, but
but it didn't happen.
But Detroit had something for him.
That's right. That was a year after Isaiah was playing on a sore ankle, giving buckets to Cavs. But yeah, so I just recently heard about the stuff with Isaiah, man, and his what does he have? A muscle disease in his face or something?
Bell's palsy. I think.
Yeah, Bell's palsy. That's what it is. You're right. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a disorder. I know people that have it. They can be fine with medication.
Sound like proper diet and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just every now and then they'll get a numbing of the face, a paralyzation.
It's a stress reaction.
Yeah, so the one side of their face won't work. But it could be maintained with medication and diet. So
okay, yeah, I just found about a week ago. I mean, sometime between this show and last show.
Yeah,
Joel Embiid had it last year in the playoffs.
Oh, he had it. Okay, he was dealing with that. I didn't know that.
Yep, it happens. Yeah. It's more
He's
common than you
dealt
think.
with a lot.
Finishing up with the Cavs. They're playing really well, and it's like if you got on the Cavs uniform and you get in the game, it's like a superhero uniform, man. Everybody seems to play well and pick everybody else up. I'm just saying, man. Like, we talk about Ty Jerome balling. We talk about Sam Merrill hitting 9 threes in the game. I mean, anybody they plug in, it's not saying. So when that's happening, the stars can be having a bad game, right? Darius Garland might be 3 for 12 shooting. Evan Mobley might only had 12 points and 8 boards. But the bench picks them up, man, whether it be DeAndre Hunter, Ty Jerome. Okoro been getting in the past week playing really, really good defense. So, Kenny Atkinson, try to go to Kenny Atkinson, man, because he pushing buttons. And I think last week I was with JB. Now I might be leaning Kenny again.
Oh boy.
It's ever evolving and moving, June. I mean, I gave JB his props last week. He went 2-2 this week.
I mean, you look at. Okay, I'm not going. I'm not going to win this debate with you. So just
no, but it doesn't mean you don't have the right to state your point.
I'm just saying, man. You go from 14-68 in a laughing stock, and you turn a team around to where they actually got fear in a lot of people when they lace up. You have to be aware.
Fear might be a little strong, but I like where you're going. I like
hold on. The last two games we had in Chicago.
Please, Foster, let me do this. The Bulls are scared of us.
I don't think the Bulls are scared. The Bulls are not scared. The
Bulls play
are
like they're scared of us.
No. Let me tell you something.
A lot of BTA in Chicago when we were there.
And I know. And let me tell you something I learned in Chicago growing up on them streets on the South Side. You ain't got to be scared to get your ass whooped.
That's true.
And the Bulls will lose. The Bulls lose a lot. That don't mean they're scared.
Yeah, it's always that dude that get beat up, but we'll fight you though. He ain't gonna back down.
They kind of curled into a ball. I mean, the fact that we beat them by 30 and we came back to or we didn't go anywhere. We stayed in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then really let them have it again, almost just as bad the second time. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Okay. Fear was the wrong word probably, but teams are on notice about the Pistons. They're not coming in there half-stepping.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fear is not fair.
Power said that's stayed in Chicago too long.
I don't remember the score. I think the Bulls played the Cavs close though.
They didn't play us close though.
The Bulls were in that game. I think it was last Monday, as a matter of fact, right? Wasn't it?
Last Tuesday, the day after.
Last Tuesday. The Bulls were up going into the fourth quarter, or it was like a 5-point game.
Yeah,
and the Cavaliers took off.
That's what.
The Cavaliers outscored the Bulls by 20 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, yeah, you reminded me. And I just want to throw Donovan Mitchell's name in. He's not going to compete for the MVP. His numbers aren't good enough, but I think there's an argument for first team All NBA.
I'm so glad I'm having that conversation.
What are you talking about? Oh, Pay, man, you're just waiting. When you take the train off the track, I'm just going to bring up about the Golden State Warriors. You were against that. I got some Jason Tatum not being – people saying Jason Tatum, top 5 player, could be the next face in the NBA. But Jaylen Brown is better.
No.
But
Jason Tatum wants you to believe he's the face of the NBA. He's not.
People, the streets is talking. Play is all I'm saying.
No.
You were here last week.
The streets can say a lot of things. The streets be sniffing too. But that's not. Those two things are not true. But only thing I was saying is I get a little perturbed when people put Spider. He's a great player. You put him in an MVP conversation. Like, no, that's not a conversation for him. I'm happy that you see that it's not a conversation for him. Still a great player. I do agree that he will be all NBA. I think that.
Well, that's all I say. I say he's not. I say he's not in the MVP discussion.
Yeah,
I said put his argument for all NBA. You said we're glad we're not talking about this. We're not, but you agree. Okay, thank you. We can leave it alone now. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and transition this whole thing over to the homie, the frustrated Chicago sports fan. The pay dirt betologist to the homie Pay. Pay, go ahead and take this train where you want to take it, man.
Oh Lord.
First question I was talking about, man. What you all think Cade, because it is free agency week in the NFL, right? And a lot of things are happening.
Boy.
You all think Cade would be a good wide receiver in the NFL? Like what basketball players do you think would be successful playing football?
I don't think he has the straight line speed. I mean, he's 6'6" and 220, so he's got a good frame for it. But
Stewart,
Isaiah Stewart will be. He's got that dog in him, right?
Defensive end.
Yeah, edge rusher for sure. Edge rusher for sure. we saw him breaking blocks when he was getting at LeBron. So
yeah.
And speaking of LeBron would be a great NFL player probably his first 15 years in the league. I mean, he was all-state football in Ohio, all-state basketball.
Mm-hmm.
He played tight end.
He can definitely be a Travis Kelce. What's that other tight? Something in the mold of Travis, not like Grunk, but the other one.
Antonio Gates?
No, not like Gates. Even though Gates was a hooper too. But
yeah,
I think
Tony Gonzalez.
I think in that frame, Tony Gonzalez would be a nice comp for LeBron because they just the body control, right? LeBron can do a lot of things, and it doesn't matter where you put the ball in the air, just like it's a touchdown either way.
Absolutely.
Speaking of LeBron, he's been in the news too. Even though he's out for a week or two.
Yeah, we talked about that Friday on the homies, and Stephen A. Smith is the man in sports media, no doubt, the best talking head that it is.
Go.
But I was in my impression, my take is, if he stay into with LeBron will crush him. He'll bring his career down half a ladder rung, not a rung, half a ladder.
So you think he's Kendrick to Stephen A's Drake?
Exactly. They not like us. There you go. Perfect analogy.
Wow.
I don't think I would disagree.
I disagree.
I think Stephen A's got so much pull at the worldwide leader that no beef, no drama, no, not even a scandal can bring him down.
Oh, a scandal would crack his head, man. You crazy.
I don't think nobody's above a scandal.
Well, it depends on the type of scandal, right?
Yeah.
If he had a Fox Sports 1 type scandal, maybe. But but that's at Fox, right?
But she's still doing good from her scandal at Fox Sports 1.
Is she back on TV yet?
We're talking about the scandal though.
Well, yeah. There's different levels of scandals, but I would say
look how fast Adrian Peterson fell off after he got in trouble about what went on with him just spanking his son.
Yeah.
Well, Adrian Peterson ain't never had that. He never had that cachet.
You're right, not quite that high, but when you're a black talking head and they decide, oh, you did that,
yeah,
you get muted.
Like I said, scandals. There's a wide variance for scandals. Like if it's something that's, and usually when Stephen A is on the news channel, he's on there, putting on political points.
Yeah.
But if he ends up on the news channel and he's the topic of the news, then maybe. But I think Stephen A has got so much power at that channel that he can move around anything.
I don't think LeBron can bring him down.
Nah.
Especially with what he's done. I mean, he hasn't really done anything
right
for him to be in that kind of trouble.
But Stephen A played his role. He stood there, listened to what LeBron had to say, and bowed down. Woke up in the morning, bosses called him, agents called him. You gotta hear him get on your show and apologize, or at least tell what's going on so we know. Because a 1.5 bill in is more than $120 million in. Okay, and that's crushing.
They told him to apologize?
No, not apologize. You got to speak on it. Because ESPN don't want the relationship with LeBron fractured.
That has nothing to do with the relationship. That has everything to do with ratings.
Yes.
What are you going to talk about?
That's why he said talk about it. It's Nielsen.
Stephen A was loving that. Stephen A was like, oh, this is content for a week. I'm going to roll with this.
Stephen A the one that said it was what he said? He said it wasn't a conversation, it was a confrontation. And it was personal between me and LeBron. I wasn't even going to talk about it. But it went viral. And I woke up in the morning, my agent calling me, my executives calling me, and said, you got to explain what happened. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And he didn't go like he was rough, like, yeah, LeBron was talking about this, that, and other. He's completely understandable with it, man. I ain't cop producing no joker, man. If I feel like I'm right If you stand behind what you report and what you're saying, say that LeBron, your son in the NBA, he can be talking like any other player.
But the thing is, what Steven was saying was, he said LeBron. What he was saying was his remarks was not about Bronny, it was about LeBron, and he said he's sad because he stands on what he said is true. So if you can confront me about something that I said, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to be in an impasse with myself because I don't, I'm not backing down. I feel what I meant what I said. And what he was getting to was LeBron can actually stop the bleeding from this critique of his son if he just, believe what every other expert believed, that his son needs to be in G League to be developed.
His son is in the G League though. I mean that was the whole
they
funny
bring him
part.
up every now and then.
Yeah, he be
but the game that was being that I saw I don't usually watch First Take, but I saw the conversation. The game that they were talking about was a G League game. He was in the G League during this time. So I mean, what was the purpose? I mean, it's almost playoffs. Why are we still talking about a player that got drafted that may or may not have should have been drafted, right, in this past draft? That was almost a year ago. Yeah. So the point I'm making is they were scraping the barrel for content.
That's LeBron first time seeing Stephen A. Smith in a year. I don't know what and when Stephen A. said what he said, but it felt like more recent and more heated to me than a year ago.
Yeah. But the crazy thing about it is, like, we all can sit up here and say things about Bronny. I've seen where people have players have had questions about their about injuries, and it caused them not to get drafted. This young man had a cardiac arrest. It didn't affect him from being drafted. You also look at guys like Amani Bates, who's tearing up the G League, and he's not being brought up to play in Cleveland. I'm not saying that he needs to be, but I'm pretty sure
he needs a better age.
I'm pretty sure people will agree when I say Imani Bates is better than Bronny right now. And
Imani Bates got to check in with his parole officer though. So I mean, maybe he can't go to the NBA right now.
He's acquitted of all those charges.
That's enough.
I missed that one. I remember there was all of them because it was more than one.
Shout out to Imani Bates, Ipsy in the building.
Yeah, it's Ipsy.
Yeah, he got some. He getting some clock on occasion now since DeAndre Hunter been there, and they picked up the kid. What's his name? Green. I mean, they like the 12, 13, 14 guy, and Monty be over there, but he be in them street clothes though. He used to dress, but he don't dress no more in the past couple weeks.
I mean, but you'll see Bronny score like 25 in the G League, and it's everywhere. But Amani will do that. You won't know about it unless you're in the
you already. Nielsen.
I think,
and that's my whole point. Everything evolves around ratings. You're going to talk about what the people want to hear. You're going to talk more, and you're going to talk more about the Lakers because that's what the people want to hear. You're going to talk about Golden State. That's who the people want to hear about.
According to Charles Barkley, that ain't what the people want to hear.
Charles, I mean, I understand both sides. I mean, Cleveland been playing all year long. They don't get the notoriety on airtime as the Lakers do. OKC,
and they should. And they should.
Well, it's all about ratings. The bigger franchises, the storied franchises, and who the kids like. Team like Golden State, the young kids like, it's the markets. They're going to dictate who you're going to talk about.
That's true. That's why we talk about the Cowboys 24/7, 365.
Yeah. No matter how bad they are, you're going to hear about the Cowboys.
Yeah, because they're provocative. They get the people going.
Okay, that's enough out of you.
there's it's just those what do you call them? Those big brand teams, man. The Cowboys, Lakers, and Yankees, and the Bulls couldn't hold on to it. I mean, they was getting that cachet for years, but you always have those teams.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not. Of course, I'm gonna be the first one to say I won't act like nepotism is not a part of it. But when it's in the Fortune 500 sector, nobody say nothing about it. So that's my thing. Bronny got every right to be in it, but if his dad has the ability to say, "Hey, draft my son, hire my son," and they do it, perfectly okay with it because it happened all the time.
It happens in society all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
This country's built on it.
Yes.
It's built on it.
Electricians put their kids on, their nephews on every day of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the first. They get first dibs.
People people had post office jobs, like, they didn't pass that down generations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Police too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's the big one. That's a big one.
As my mom would say, nephewtism.
It is. What
Hey, Pay, go ahead, man. Before, I mean, you got the tracks, but still, we didn't talk about. I forgot to talk about the young players in the Central. I mean, that are starting to come up, and then get everybody all the time.
That is a good topic. Like, as the season is ending, which was like 5 weeks or so left.
Which Cavs got 18 games, so yeah, probably about that. 4 weeks. April.
What young players? And I'm gonna put the caveat at 26 and under. What young players do you think are in the Central that are going to make that next move? That's a fine.
Damn.
Hey, man, see, I ain't even saying you could let it go. The other day that happened on one of the other show we was on. He tried to blame it on me. It was all his phone. He tried to blame it on me. He said, that's taking, and he got caught reaching over to cut his phone off.
Yeah.
How old is K Cunningham? He's about 25, 26, right?
No, he's not.
No, he's
23.
He's probably
24.
Yeah.
So I think we've seen his glow up this season.
Yeah. He's not even. You don't have to talk about him. That's
right.
That's there.
So, but elsewhere, you already brought him up too, Tate. Mobley, he's taking a step forward this season. The Pacers, I think Tyrese Halliburton, he still fits this mold, right? He still's in this conversation.
Yeah, but you talk about Libby's and All Stars now. What's
the
other guy?
I was naming the guys that we know.
That we know. Okay.
And the Bucks, I think the Bucks are still in that high veteran mode. They don't really have a next, a next generation player yet. The Bulls, they've got plenty of them. They've got the generation alpha hunter, J.R. Giddy. They've got Kobe, who I think Kobe took his step forward last year. A little bit of regression this year. He's spotty health, but he got 3 posters. Can't take that away from him. 3 posters this year. So I think those guys. I think I named 7 guys in total. Those guys are the next generation of this division.
Well, I would say, I know we talked about Cade, but I think that Asar Thompson and Jalen Duren are definitely capable of doing so. Asar's pretty young. He's missed, and he has yet to. Maybe he's played a full 82 games now, but he missed part of the beginning of this year and a good part of the end of last year. But him and his brother have kind of put the league on notice, certainly defensively, but he's gonna have to make that same. He's gonna have to make that that same ascension offensively. Jalen Duren is certainly capable of it. And had Ivy not, broke his leg, he was, he could have with another 30, 40 games under his belt, he could have really shown a lot this year. So that's still yet to be seen. So the Pistons are full of guys that have that type of potential. But yeah.
Isn't Stewart under 26?
Stewart may be under 26, but I think he's, I don't think there's too much
I'm
more
just
growth
saying
to
about
it.
as far as young.
Yeah, age. Yeah, I mean, I think the whole team outside of Hardaway, Schroeder, and Beasley, they're all. Even Beasley's only 28. People forget.
Isaiah Stewart's 23.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, I thought he was older than that. He be stepping the cat like he got his grown man strength already, and he don't even have that yet.
Yeah, he don't even have it. That's crazy. Yeah, he got that. Yeah, he still got that young, reckless,
right,
reckless abandon strength.
Yeah, he be YNing.
It sound like the Pistons are the team to watch as we move.
Oh, they definitely are.
As we move forward, the next 3 to 5 years, they got all the growing YNs. They got they got the guys you want to look out for. The Bulls, these players might not be on this team. By the time we start the season back up, so you never know.
So and with the Cavs, the thing is, all our guys are 26 and under. Not Donovan Mitchell, but I don't think Jared Allen get enough probably to make the All-Star game in 22. But for what he's been doing this season, especially, he's been had some really, really good games. He's like almost a 68% career field goal percentage shooter. I mean, he's a double-double guy this year. I mean, obviously low points and double-digit rebounds, but he gives the Cavs a boost when they need it. You know what I mean? He's grabbing the pick and roll. He's developed a little floater. He caught a body on Brook Lopez last night. I mean, so we think him of as an older guy because he came in the NBA after his first year at Texas. I think he might even be 18, maybe 19. So he's been around a minute, but he's just turned 26, like the end of the fall, beginning of the winter.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, I thought Jared Allen was older than that. So.
I mean, he always has looked like a dude straight out of the 70s with that afro and
he used to wear the high socks too,
the goofy pants. Like, yeah, he's always looked like he was somebody's uncle. But yeah, he's probably not that old.
He definitely got a lot of unk energy.
Yeah, he looked like he played in the Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he was a teammate of Jackie Moon.
He is a little older. My bad. He turns 26. He turns 27 April 21st coming up.
Okay. So he's right at the cusp of this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he's been a while. He's been around a long time.
Yeah, he was drafted in 2017. He played 1 year at Texas.
Jesus. What? He's almost a 10-year vet.
I'll be back.
Almost. Well, I guess he drafted 2017, 22nd overall, so 8 years.
Okay. All right. So moving, you want to take back over? Like, what's the look ahead?
The all-time best franchise player, in your opinion. I mean, I feel like it's easy for you, Payne, but you don't have to. You have to think that. You can say who you want to say.
Yeah,
I mean,
the best player in the Bulls franchise history is obvious. It's
only
easy for everybody.
It's only one answer.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
It's only one answer. And
I feel like only one answer for all of it. I think we all know who the guy is on the team.
Yeah, Derrick Rose.
Okay.
Hey, Pay. I got this new one, man. Just for you. You great get it for the first time.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Okay, let me go ahead and take care of that one first.
No, D. You got to chill.
Let me go ahead and give you this one, though.
Go stand in the corner now. Well, I was going to stand in the corner anyway.
Corner time. He said Derrick Rose was the Bulls' all-time best franchise player. False.
I mean, I think for all of us, it's pretty obvious.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I mean, you have the Black Cat. Yeah, you have Mike. Mike, he's got a lot of the franchise records. He led the team to six rings. His number's up there twice. So, A lot of
They
people.
went there twice. They retired 45.
Yeah, I think they did. I think 45 is up there too.
Wow, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, well, I think they got 13 games with 45 and put it in the rafters. The Bulls don't be having nothing better to do. That's all this says.
Boston June, who y'all got? I got. Let me just make clear. LeBron. We all know that.
Has to be LeBron.
Yeah, it has to be LeBron.
Yeah, there's literally nobody else that stayed there long enough for it to. I mean,
yeah, they have
Price and
Mark Price would be a name.
Brad Daugherty.
Yeah, Brad Daugherty.
No, we're not. No.
North Carolina, is that North Carolina?
We're not bringing up.
I personally think Brad Daugherty is greater on the Cavs list than Mark Price. Now, others that's debatable. It's just me. I mean, I think Brad Daugherty helped make Mark Price. So
Brad Daugherty got beat up by Bill Laimbeer. We're not doing that.
Damn it.
You lose fights.
You don't lose to Bill Laimbeer. He was the puncher bag.
Yeah,
man, come on. But the difference is Brad Daugherty never in his life, when he was young, wasn't a YN though. Never.
He definitely wasn't that night when Bill put
Bradley.
Yeah. He's Bradley.
Go ahead and say West Side, man. Come on. Say his name.
Hey, and you talk about the Pistons?
Yeah. Say West Side.
It's got to be Isaiah Thomas. There's no other answer.
West Zeke. That's right.
There's no other answer. It's not even debatable.
Hey, if Cade can lead this team to a championship, he could. Hey, why not? Why not?
We're talking right now.
Yeah, right now.
I mean,
sure,
you've seen another crop of players lead Detroit to a championship.
Yeah, Rasheed Wallace is greater than Cade right now on the Pistons all-time list.
Dario.
Right now.
Yeah. See, why'd you get the alley-oop for the North Carolina?
Oh my gosh!
I wasn't even thinking about that. I could say Chauncey Billups.
She played there like 1 year or something, didn't he?
Oh, come on, Piston fan. He was there for the whole era.
He was there for like 4.
Okay. Yeah. So she is above Cade right now, I guess.
No, I wouldn't say that.
That's what he's trying to say.
I just found out Donovan Mitchell has the second most 30-point games all time in Cleveland Cavalier franchise.
That's not surprising.
Kyrie
was there. How long was he there?
Like 7 years, from 11 to 18.
It's a different generation, though. I mean, well, not that Kyrie. It was
in
so
7
long.
years, you don't think Kyrie would have 60 30-point games, 68 30-point games? I don't know, something like that. Though.
I'll tell you what. Cade
3 years.
It won't be long before Cade passes Isaiah Thomas for 30-point games. He probably has already done that because statistically, he's a triple-double threat.
I mean, Isaiah was an 18 to 20, 22, 24-point scorer. I mean,
he wasn't a volume scorer like that.
You had the microwave for that.
Yeah. Well, he had
evidently.
And Cade has had nobody really up until
when Isaiah got to the league, they knew he could score, but Chuck Daly said, you can either score 30 points a game or you can make your teammates better and win championships, and gave him that decision. He said, I want to win. So he got his teammates. He was a pass first point guard.
For sure. But yeah, Isaiah Thomas for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to the franchise goats. All right, fellas, let's go ahead and get ready to close this thing up, man. Real quick, what's on the agenda for the week to come for our teams between now and next Monday?
The Bulls have a few more games left. They will win the ones they shouldn't win. They will lose the ones they supposed to lose.
Oh boy.
The Pistons, I know for a fact, have 2 games coming up against the Wizards.
Tomorrow and Thursday.
And then outside of that, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Thursday is 3-1-3 day. That is the day playing in Detroit. It's going to be lit. I don't care who the opponent is. It's going to be the Wizards, but it's going to be rocking in LCA.
You ever been to Miami for 305 day?
Oof. Can only imagine.
I was trying to see who
Nah, I haven't.
Yeah. It's on the bucket list.
Well, who has a 420 area code?
I think we all do. Depending on who we're around on that day.
I'm from the 419, but I have no idea where the 420 is at.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know 470 is down here in Georgia. So 420, I'm gonna look that up.
Me too.
Wouldn't it be funny if it's in
Czech
Denver?
Republic? Oh yeah, Denver would be appropriate. Yeah, no, it looks like the Czech Republic is the 420 area code.
Okay,
where that's
or no, it says California, Clovis, Canada.
Czech Republic is in Czechoslovakia. I'm thinking.
Yeah, their area codes are not like ours.
I don't think they have an area code like us.
I don't know. It says the area 420 area code for the Czech Republic is. I don't know.
I'll just let it go.
Yeah, we've gone. You want to talk about going off tracks? Who mentioned that? Who mentioned that crap?
Real quick, the Cavs. Tomorrow night, I expect the win streak to extend to 15 again.
I bet you.
Just the rest of the week. 3 games the rest of the week. They play the Nets, host the Nets tomorrow at home. The Brooklyn Nets. I'm going to go ahead and put the Bulls up another game. Thank you. Welcome.
You're welcome.
Then the tough game is Friday. Probably be on TV. They go visit Memphis and play the Grizzlies. And then Sunday, we host the Magic. I like that match. That's why I said in the first round match, but I like to see the Magic. They don't have shooting, so we're not worried about them. Eventually, things will balance out. Things will come to the water will start to rise because they missed too many, and we might start out cold, but eventually we're gonna make 18 to 22 threes most games. So that's this week. So at the very least, I expect to be on a 17-game win streak when we come back, or be 16 out the last 17.
Okay. No argument for me. I don't think anybody can beat the Cavs right now.
No.
Nope.
You get no argument from me?
Of course not.
Well, what's up with the Bulls, man? Who y'all got the rest of the week?
I couldn't tell you. I just know some teams that's better than the Bulls, but the Bulls gonna find a way to win one of those games and keep themselves right there in the spot they shouldn't be in.
So no thought on the
They're beating the Pacers right now.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like handedly beating the Pacers.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Bulls for sure, especially when they play the Bucks, the Cavs, the Pacers.
Hey man, you only got hate on us, B-Falls. Them beating nothing gonna do no good for you.
Yeah, that's true. But I was definitely when they were.
It helps no one. It helps
they were
no
up
one.
on Cleveland when they were up on Cleveland last week. I was like, okay, this is weird. This is random, but okay.
Yeah,
Giddey's got 21.
The 419 is right.
Yeah, that's a crazy number for Giddey. He don't like the 21s.
My mind's telling me no.
Yeah, that's his theme song.
bruh, man, getting his research from the same place False did. GA, Lima, Ohio is just south of Toledo. It's 419. 402 is Nebraska, but we need 420, bro, man. It's got to be an American area code that's 420. Has to be.
I don't think that exists, man.
Nah, that's an opportunity there.
It's on purpose.
But yeah, so all right, fellas. Well, anybody want to care to shout out what they got going on coming up on podcast, on audio, whatever you got going on? Go ahead and shout it out, man.
Every Saturday, me and Foster go live post game podcast. We do a Piston Weekly show. You can catch us there at Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube. And this upcoming Wednesday, you can catch me, Foster, and Pay on the NFC North Division show. Who will be kings? That's where we discuss NFL with our respective teams. It's a lot of talk about this week, and you can find that on various channels, Page channel and our channel. It's going to be a really good show because of the free agency that started this week. So you can check us out, and me and Foster probably drop a couple of shows here and there sporadically, but you can definitely check us out at Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube, and then all the aggregators, anywhere you can hear a podcast, just type in Post Game Podcast FFSN or Bleachers and Speakers FFSN for the Lions, and just make sure you hit that notification bell, download those episodes.
Same thing with the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel / podcast. We have an episode, basketball-centric episode dropping tomorrow, where we talked about who's having a worse year right now. Is it Nico Harrison? Is it Drake? Is it the New York Giants? Figure out which one we said. We circle the wagons on the LeBron versus Stephen A. Smith debate. That went on for about 30 minutes of that episode. We talk about Ayo Dosunmu's season-ending injury, and if the MVP race has been decided. Did SGA win yesterday? Check out what we think. Also dropping tomorrow. We have our free agency primer and reaction for the Chicago Bears, and that'll be a 2-episode demonstration because, as Jones said, the NFC North Roundtable, who will be king, coming at you Wednesday live. I think this week would be on the Vikings First and Skull channel. So, and on Friday, homies. No shortage of content on the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel, available on YouTube, and audio available anywhere you get your podcasts. That's iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other aggregator that pushes out audio podcast mediums. Check us out wherever you get that. Subscribe, rate, review, unsubscribe, resubscribe, download, share with a friend.
Shout out. Everything they all said, except for check me out on the That's Rather Cavalier podcast on the audio platform, FFSN, That's Rather Cavalier, for your Cavalier fix. Wednesday, for me, is the Pump Your Brakes on the Steel Curtain Network and Fans First Sports Network. We'll talk about this early part of the week of free agency for the Pittsburgh Steelers and their failure as of right now to cop a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Fridays with the homies, Pay, Big G, B Dirt. We get into AFC North football, and we'll talk about probably more free agency and what it means for the teams and way the draft's upcoming next month. And on the homies, overtime, I have no idea what we're talking about. Who's running that this week, Pay? It was B Dirt last week. So I think it's you.
Oh boy.
I think it's your week. That'd be easy way for me to remember. Every week I do this, you gotta do that. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
And then son, go ahead.
I'm 50-50.
You missed yesterday.
I don't work on Sundays.
Oh, I forgot something. Foster and Coach does Detroit Tigers baseball as well, and you can find that on Bleachers and Speakers as well on YouTube.
Definitely check them all out. Hey. Go ahead and get out, man. Shout out to Next Money on this show, but check us out for the rest of the week, wherever any of us are at, wherever we're at. Peace out.